We don't really celebrate Halloween here, but everybody loves fancy dress and costume, right? Halloween is just a few days away, and I guess it's finally time to make a costume, although we don't really celebrate Halloween here in Germany.
This is our Halloween section, and yes, that is all of it.
Where I come from, we celebrate Carnival in, well, mostly February, March. I guess we won't do this year, but that's no reason not to make a costume, especially as there is the historical Halloween costume challenge amongst the costumers, which I want to take part in. The initiators of the challenge kindly provided some scans of historical fancy dress catalogues, and I found this cottage window costume, which was super cute but meant for little girls. I found 2 versions of it, and then I came across, well, an adult version of that cottage window, which made me, yeah, that's the one I want to try. Basically, to be honest, because 20s is not that much my style and my, well, decade of dress, but the costume looked easy enough for me to try, and I'm pretty sure I can do it with the fabric in my stash. So stash busting it is again, and that's not that bad, as I have about 4 big boxes of fabric, which I need to empty a bit to justify buying new fabric. So yeah, I just hope that everything's in there that I will need. One thing that I don't have, but my mom could provide me, are the curtains that will go on both sides and on the back of the dress, which she brought me earlier this month, and which I hope is enough so I don't have to buy anything for this costume. Well, hope with me, and let's start!
Behold my amazing drawing skills! Probably not, but this is fine enough to illustrate what I will do. I decided that I will do a slip dress in preferably blue fabric. I have to have a look what my stash will give me for this, and make a brown hem, like this is gonna be the windowsill, and then I'm gonna add those stripes in maybe some ribbon, I'm not sure yet, to mimic the bars on the window. I decided to do a raglan cut. I hope this is the same term in English, but yeah, you're gonna see what I mean. And add a big ruffle out of the curtain fabric on the top, because this way I don't have to do sleeves, and this is maybe also the closest to the adult version of the window dress. And I'm gonna add an overlay made from the curtains I got from my mom. I have to have a look if it's enough and if it's long enough, but I guess this should work. And now I'm gonna check what my fabric stash tells me I am able to use. So I found this fabric. You may not be able to see. This is not gray, it's like bluish gray. It's not as blue as I hoped it to be, but looking at the sky outside, it's probably more accurate than a blue one would be. And I have these 2 brown fabrics for the bottom part, and I would prefer if I could use this fabric here, because it's only some few scraps, but I think this will work way better, because kind of, you know, this looks a little bit like maybe some stone or marble, which some windowsills are made of, so I'm gonna use this fabric. Okay, I think change of plans. I've had a look at some existing patterns I have here, and then I decided, well, I've already made this 20s dress, which you've maybe seen on my Instagram because I posted a dancing photo of this. And this is like super easy, and I can always just make the collar form like have a round collar and just attach the ruffle to that. And I think this might be way easier than figuring out that raglan whatever situation for the ruffle. I might have to hurry a little bit. So quick and easy is the way to go. So I'm just gonna use this pattern. And I'm not gonna show you the pattern itself because it's just a piece of newspaper. I didn't sew anything yet because I think it will be easier to put stuff on the front and back of the dress when it's not sewn yet. So I just hope it will come out right. We will see. But it's a dress. Kinda. Here they are again, my mad drawing skills, but yeah. I thought it would be cute to add a little cat, because cats love sitting at windows and I love cats, and cats are Halloween, I guess. At least if I make it a black cat, which I will. Also, I want to add some flowers outdoor, and for that I think I will make use of this fabric. If you've seen my video about the bootstrap fashion dress form, this is the fabric I used, and I have a little bit left of that, and what I will do now is cut out those flowers. Should I mention that I've never done applique before? I'm just hoping that it will turn out alright. Wish me luck! And as if one technique wasn't enough, I decided to add some clouds with fabric color. I think the most difficult part while sewing without pattern or instructions is figuring out the order in which things need to be done. First I have to start with appliquing the flowers, and then I have to paint the clouds, then adding the window bars, and then attaching the windowsill, and only after that I can applique the cat. And somewhere in this whole process I need to join the front and the back of the dress. The clouds have dried and are fixed by ironing. I have added the vertical window bars and the cat, and now I've noticed that I've made a mistake in which step has to come first, because now I need to add the horizontal strips, and of course they need to go behind the cat. I ended up opening the seams of the tail and part of the cat so I could attach the ribbon under it and then sewing it back on, because this was the easiest and neatest way to put that vertical window bar there. I have also assembled the dress so it's now kind of wearable, so the vertical window bars can go all around the dress and I don't have to check if they meet here. I can just sew right over it. So that is the next step. Meanwhile I've also added the windowsill, so this is the bottom part of the dress. I will have to have a look how to add the curtains to the top and how to finish the seams. I have several different curtains which I can use for the dress, but none of them is enough to do the whole dress, which includes 2 drapes left and right and a collar. So I will have to combine some of those. I really like this one because of this beautiful hem. I'm pretty sure that this whole pattern is not period accurate, but neither are those flowers, so, and the fabrics. I think I've figured out how I want to attach the curtain to the dress. I've done some pleats, so it will fall nicely in the front. And now I will baste those to the neckline and also to the shoulder seams, so I can hide those inside here. And what I've also done, I have a little bit of excess over the armholes, so I can sew around the armholes, have some more pleats under the arm, so there's enough room for the curtain to be more flowy. And then for the final dress, I will gather the curtain a little bit in the side to make the illusion of a window. I redid the pleats to be smaller and more accurate, and I also lost the pleats under the arm because I figured that I won't need that extra room there because this is where the gathering bow will sit anyway. We're now making this dress 100% more ridiculous by adding a giant neck ruffle. I'm not sure if I'm convinced or not, but at this point, this whole thing is just so ridiculous. I finished the neck seam and the armholes by cutting a bias strip from the dress fabric and then sewing it onto the dress with right sides together and folding it over. I then folded the raw edge of the bias tape under and hand stitched it to the dress from the inside, which you can see me doing here. This way I have a nice seam finish without too much bulk and without any machine stitching on the outside of the dress. Which you wouldn't see anyway, because the ruffle would hide it, but shh! Don't tell my past self that the hand sewing was not at all necessary. With all the sewing done, all I have to do is adding the last finishing touches and the dress is ready to wear. This is the point where I completely ignore that this is a last-minute project and decide that we already have crossed a point of no return and that this dress definitely needs some silly headwear as cherry on top. Remembering the children's costumes, I decided to add a little flower pot hat, which will also help me hide my non-period hair. And good thing I have so many flower hair clips, so the pot will be filled as well. To be honest, I haven't felt this ridiculous in a long time, but it was also very fun. I really like how this turned out, especially the clouds. When I started painting and the paint touched the fabric, all I was thinking was, okay, this was a mistake. But now I'm honestly really liking it because it gives a little bit more texture to the fabric, and yeah, I like that. I'm also quite fond of the little cat because, you know, black cat, Halloween, yeah. And it's also a nice personal touch, I think. This whole outfit is not historically accurate, I know, but that wasn't my focus. I just wanted to do a fun little project based on an historical image. It took way longer than I wanted it to be, but that was just myself and not it being extremely difficult.
This hat was just a last minute idea, but I think it really pulls this whole outfit together because this ruffle instantly made it 100% more ridiculous, and why not go all the way over the top, right? And having a little garden on your hat's not that bad. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Please let me know if you prefer videos in English or in German, because I've done both so far. I'm feeling more confident in German, but I also know that English will reach more people, so if you are out there only understanding English, please let me know. Then I'm more motivated to film in a language that isn't my mother tongue. The section every YouTuber kind of has to do. You know the drill. Like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more stuff, costume, adventures, all the things from me. And until then, happy Halloween! I don't even know when to wear this dress. Now I have to make room in the closet for it. And for the hat.